Hi, friends. Welcome back to English Every Day, a podcast where I speak in slow, easy, and understandable English so that you can learn every day. Because if you want to learn English, you have to keep going. Don't stop. Today, we are talking about public transit in New York City. So, I am from New York. I was born and raised in New York. And New York City is the most popular city in the whole world. And we have a few modes of public transit or public transportation, which means we have a few ways of getting around using public transit. But first, tell me, what city are you from? And what is the public transit like in your city? Most people in New York City do not have a car. They don't drive their own car because there is so much traffic. Traffic is when there are a lot of cars on the road, so the cars don't move fast. It takes a long time to get from point A to point B. It takes a lot of time to get from where you are to your destination. So instead of driving their own cars, people use public transit. They use buses, trains, the subway, taxis, bikes, or they just walk. In New York City, the subway is very popular because it's so easy to use. You see a station, a subway station, you walk down the stairs and then you tap your card to pay to get into the station, and then you get on the subway. And then you go to your destination, you get off the subway, and you arrive where you wanted to be at. So the subway is very popular in New York City, but taking a bus is also very popular. You get on the bus, you pay, you sit down, and you get off at your stop. Another popular method, which is also healthy and good for the environment, good for the world, is taking a bike, renting a city bike. So throughout the city, there are a bunch of bikes or scooters that you can rent. You know what a bike is, a bicycle. A scooter is something you stand on. So it's close to a bike, but you stand on it and you fly. And to use a bike or a scooter, you need an app on your phone. You need an application on your phone. And then you rent the bike for 30 minutes or an hour. You get on it. You ride the bike to where you need to go to. You get off. You park it somewhere. You put it somewhere. And that's it. And New York City, of course, is very famous for its taxis, for its yellow taxis. But more and more popular is using Uber or Lyft or Empower or some kind of ride sharing app, because to use a taxi you have to hail a taxi, and you have to call for a taxi, and then you have to get in, you have to give him the address, and then hopefully he takes you there. But using a ride sharing application like Uber or Lyft is a lot easier because you put in the directions, you put in where you want to go to, and then the car drives to you. All you have to do is get into the car and get out of the car. And it's very easy paying the driver because you connect your card, your credit card, or your debit card to the application. And when you get there, you pay through the app. And you also tip through the app because tipping is very popular in America. It is customary, which means you are expected to tip. People expect that you will tip them, whether in a restaurant or in an Uber or taxi. And another popular way of getting around the city, going from place to place, is by walking. A lot of people simply walk in the city because there are sidewalks everywhere. Sidewalks run along the roads, and therefore they are for pedestrians, which means people that are walking. And it's super easy because nowadays you have directions on your phone. You can open up Google Maps or Apple Maps and follow the directions to get to where you want to go to. It's also very healthy for you. And of course, healthy for the environment. So again, tell me, where are you from? What city are you from? And what is public transit like in your city? Is it good or bad? And what are the most popular ways of getting around? Remember, join our community to make friends learning English and to have access to all of the texts or transcripts from all of my videos. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.